kick in the fucking face.
In the next bubble screen over here, let's throw curls.
What are the whys, right? What are the whys?
Bears Hour Live.
Peter King with NBC Sports here. Just have one thing to say. The tape never lies.
It never does.
32 is the identity.
Yeah, you look at the tape. So as a coach, your resume is the tape.
Loses the football. Strip sack and
Bears Hour Live.
Give me some fucking
Bears Hour Live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys Draft Dots and the smartest man alive. Yo, Bears Hour Live.
Son of a bitch, you better block.
Bears Hour Live. We go on live right after Bears games with your boys Draft Dots and the smartest man alive. Ran up with the true analysis you expect. Raw passion for the show.
You saw the growth in
Locked
Justin
in with real
Fields.
emotion and passion for every play. Coach Phil to bring that range, but then with facts my shame. Post game show like nothing else you're gonna hear. Some can try to copy, but a bucket's not sincere. Delivering the truth on what just happened to be clear. That's why we're on TV, so you can see it, not just hear. Hey yo, with Draft Dr. Phil, you know it's always hit sticks. True to fundamentals, never gimmicks and tricks. Guess we're moving Soldier Field up to Arlington Heights. Mill out and bust while the mayor pick fights. Our life keeps growing, Shane's all knowing. Delivering the truth on how the QB's throwing. Dimes on time, just lacking fundamental. Whatever the case, we get hot like Cecil. Fiery discussion on what happened in the game. This ain't your daddy's postgame show, expect the fucking flame. Not for the average fan, I love they can survive.
But don't you worry.
Bears Hour Live.
Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour Live. We go on
Let him sit his ass there again. I don't think we're that much
the myth, the rent legend, Dr. Phil Ocean.
This is football, baby. Culture is the problem. Let's get on little things.
Bears Hour Live. Bears Hour
Son of a bitch, you better
Bears
block.
Hour Live.
That's what happens.
We go
That's what
on
we have
live
to do.
right after Bears
And let's
games
get it
with
on.
your boys Draft Doc and the smartest.
Give me some fucking names.
This is Bears Hour Live.
Hey, it's BHL Week 15, Bears versus Eagles. Bears drop another one, 25-20 to Philly at home. Tevin Jenkins goes down. Is Jalen Johnson hurt? We'll see. Cairo, extra point gate, punt gate. Justin goes out, and I think all Bears fans were obviously, as they should be, worried about that one. But please don't undersell this kid coming back in and taking this team down the field to put them back in position in a one-score game. I think that is a huge takeaway from this game moving forward. But let's get it over to DDP. Bears lose 25-20, but buckle up because it's rant time. Let's go.
The game of football, man. It's funny because the abstract was the reality of World Cup soccer being played beforehand, and you couldn't get the game to come on and see the truth of the game. Like, they end in kicks. The Bears take kicks, missed kicks. There's kicks everywhere. The only kicks that need to happen are the kicks out of town or out of the lineup. If you're any kind of football analyst, you start to understand that you can't miss the extra kick, the extra point. You have to be able to be consistent in that. It's the dotting of an I. If you're in for your mortgage to refinance, you got to dot the I and cross the T. When you can't count on a guy to make these kicks, 5 of them, 5 extra points missed, you could throw at me all of his field goals. 3 of those extra points have cost you games. So as you're building and tearing down the building, so to speak, you have to understand that you got to question the kicking situation. The special teams coach, trash. Take him out. I mean, I could go down the list here. While a good GM, while you're discovering who is going to be your future and who's not, he's also keeping a very close, intimate eye on coaches that are able and willing. I've never in the history of my life seen a coach punt at the 31-yard line in my life. When a kicker goes, no mas, I gotta go watch the World Cup, whatever. Get him the fuck out. Sorry. But Phil, he's been so good. He's been so good for your fantasy team. He hasn't been good when it matters. Make the fucking kicks. Make the kicks. As far as the GM, politics over performance. That's what it looks like to me. Velas is an experiment. Feliz Navidad. He's Feliz Navidad. I can hear my song already. Feliz. It's just, the lights are too big and bright. It's a miss. A good GM understands. You've tried this. There's 32 other practice squads. I can go through the list right now and pick out 14 receivers that deserve a shot over him. But you're going to keep putting him out there. It's a travesty. Luke Getsy, he doesn't get it. He doesn't. He's not the guy. I'm sorry. Give him the coach at Sam Houston State. Good. He's got a new job. He can call plays there. People are giving him a head coaching job 3 weeks in. Justin Fields is the definition of what makes a good play caller, because he takes your shit call and makes it into this fucking Miss Pac-Man scrambling from ghosts all over the place and eat every goddamn little waka 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 down the fucking field. That's what he's doing. We were 3 inches away from seeing the greatest touchdown run by a quarterback in the history of the NFL, and I kid you not. That would outdo Steve Young's run, if you're old enough to remember that. Justin Fields is the real deal. He is an equalizer of epic proportions, and the only reason why he's become a running threat is because your offensive line sucks. Sam Mustipher, Shane and I talked about it, how many times we have to do it, and this makes you question the GM, Ryan Poles. Riley Reef, 30-something years old, you know what you got. Oh, but Phil, Leatherwood is being put on an island with their best fucking pass rusher. Put a chip there on 3rd down as an offensive coordinator. That's what you do. Because you actually say, I got to cover all my bases so we can win. But you don't. You don't even have the presence of understanding. Riley Reef, Sam Mustipher, and Cody Whitehair are like 3 flat tires on a Lamborghini. It's just not going to run right. There's no How many times could somebody run fucking twist on you and you can't pick it up? How many? How many? I say this all the time. You can fucking know. You don't know fucking football. I don't give a fuck where you played. Get the answer on the field. Dieter. Leatherwood. The fact that you won't put Jenkins at tackle is a joke. A joke. Well, he's good. He's made a Pro Bowl. What Pro Bowl? What Pro Bowl? That ain't the goal. The goal is to find the answers at tackle so you can protect the goddamn number 1 priority. Any analyst that says different should be working at PFF, where goddamn the most important ability is availability. They don't get it. Get the tackles. Get a center. Yeah, they suck. They suck. The offensive line sucks, but you gotta find the answers. The fact that you're the head coach and you aren't is a travesty. The fact that you got Ebner out there, politics. Why is David Montgomery, after he scores, 2 touchdowns today, why is he on the bench and you got Ebner in there, who, by the way, is a flat throw and he's just standing there looking at it go by him like a fucking kid at a parade? This is the stuff where championships are defined, in the foundation of these things. So now you got big question marks on Jenkins because he's running trap. He's too high and he hurts his neck. Probably has a nerve stinger, loses his feet and down. Now you got questions there. Now you got an old ass man not giving a fucking white hair. You bench him, but nope, same shit goes out there. Same shit. Your defense goes out there to play. Brisker, positive. Gordon came back from injury. That's a positive. Sanborn gets hurt. Players are falling down like flies today, and it sucks. But the reality is, Getsy, Hightower, Mustafa, and Muhammad, 55. He hasn't made one play. Not one play this entire season, but is still out there. I can, again, Shane, somebody could go on any person, find any defensive end I can do it right now. You can't continue to waste. Whenever I saw David on the sideline, I'm like, what are we doing? No wonder. 3 plays and out, fumble, turnover. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We talked about this. I've been watching this team for 43 years, maybe 44. Well, 43. That's more in line. 43 years, right? Every coach they've hired, except Fox, has never been a head coach before. Every coach that's losing down the stretch refuses to get answers around their football team for the future. And it's happening again today because we still saw Sam Mustafa, Schofield, white hair, the same shit. Screen pass to the tight end, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it again. It's like putting a Fiat in a fucking NASCAR race. Get some answers. Today, the answer was number 1. He's the truth. He's the truth. He has so much talent. Everybody has to worry whether or not you're going to be able to see an offensive coordinator understand how to use him appropriately. It's just Getsy ain't it. He proved it to me today. In a game where you shouldn't be, your team is playing up to the challenge, right? You as a play caller become locked in focus. David Montgomery out? That's the equivalent of watching fucking the World Cup over the Bears. That's just dumb. It's just dumb. And yes, Fat Mike, fucking screen pass is Schofield missing. But on top of that is the 500 times Schofield, Mustafa, and Whitehair all have missed on a screen pass. So on 3rd down, how about not put it on your linemen to make good plays? Because they don't. Put it on Justin to throw it down the field, or put it in the hands of David Montgomery, and the reality of truth will set you free. Shane, that is my rant today. It's an exhausting one. It's just the same. It's like a repeat. I feel like I'm in Quantum Leap.
No, I get it, man. I do. There's things
Where's
that you
the
can
Christmas. There we go. At least we get some holiday spirit.
there's things that you can question out there for sure. But I think if I wasn't on Keeping Them 100 last Wednesday night, but if I came on and said that it was going to come down to a 3rd and 6 play and the Bears lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 25-20, I think the entire panel would have told me that I was crazy. I would have told myself that. So I thought that the Bears were going to get completely bum rushed. I understand the angst. To me, my number one thing that I'm taking away from this game is Fields coming back in, leading the team down and scoring and putting them back into a position to score. And I sent out a tweet immediately.
It's true.
Losing sucks. We get it. 3-11 sucks. There's 3 more games left after this. But guess what? You have to take the positive out of this, saying we have a dude at quarterback. Uncharted territory here in Chicago. We have a guy, and all of the assholes out there that want to say that he's a running back and that he can't pass the football, it's all nonsense. It's all complete nonsense. The Bears have a dude at quarterback. I mean, we'll break it all down here for you. You saw that one when he was rolling out. He threw behind Komet. Could have been a better ball. Actually, he had 2 bad balls in a row. The very next pass after that was another bad ball. It's going to happen. Bears have a quarterback, and I don't think we can undersell that.
That's the key.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Velus is who Velus is. We've talked about it over and over and over again, and I understand the performance over politics aspect for me gets. I understand it, and I live by that in season. When you're 3-11, you have to give him the reps. You have to put him out there to see. You have to give him the chance.
Today was it.
Oh no! Phil, that's what I'm saying. But
there's practice squad. If someone wants to pick his ass up, you have to
at the same time. Ryan Cox was saying, what did he have? 3 or 4 catches leading into this game, but he doesn't have a single catch on the season as a 3rd-round draft pick, number 71 overall. Does not have 1 catch on the season beyond the line of scrimmage. But that right there in and of itself is a problem. That screams nothing but a gadget player. Matt Waldman said it live on our airwaves that night as soon as he was drafted. Hated the pick then, hate the pick now. It just is what it is.
GM, he's got to find another answer now. You have 3 games left.
Exactly. And you want to see
you gave him a shot.
You want to see N'Keal Harry come back next week. You want to see Chase Claypool.
Was he a healthy scratch? That's what we need to find out.
I don't know how he could have. He was a scratch. I don't know how you make him a healthy scratch without there being maybe his.
That's what I want to know. I was on another show when you sent me the list.
Yeah, no, I get it, man.
I'm like, what? I was just talking about. You want to get some answers on him.
You look at who Justin Fields is out there throwing to: Simba Webster, Dante Pettis, Velus Jones. And then you look across, everybody's like, Jalen
Brown went out with a concussion.
Jalen Hurts is taking that. Well, no shit. He's got A.J. Brown. He's got Devontae Smith.
2 picks on the day.
Yeah. But that's if you go back to the Cars Keys that we did early, I don't have the week for you, but you can go back if you're a patron and look at it. We broke it all down on the comps to Josh Allen, the comps to Jalen Hurts, all of this with Justin Fields. Justin Fields, as good as he is doing this with a completely barren personnel grouping with him.
Wait, Cody, even more, I need to go on top of your point. And a barren, shitty, soft offensive line in front of him.
Yeah, but that's
this kid was a pocket
I include them.
passer.
I include them in the personnel grouping because
that's what makes him that. Listen, you and I we don't hide from the truth. Like other people swiftly find themselves into manipulating their narratives to never hold themselves accountable. I go by the tape. So Shane, you and I early this year looked at Justin Fields and we were certainly concerned in those first 2 weeks based on what we saw. Eric Kramer, too, on our Kramer's QB School show.
Oh, yeah, big
Our
time.
was saying the same thing. To see the 180 light switch come on for Justin Fields, surrounded by this pathetic group of offensive line, on top of what you just listed at wide receiver, makes Justin Fields, to these assholes that are out there saying he's just a running back, that much greater. He's covering all these warts. And your play caller is terrible too. Okay? The play caller sucks. Who calls QB draw on 2nd and 4? On second, throw the ball downfield with Justin. The first time I also was on Andrew Tarble show earlier, and I was like, they need to get under center and allow him to just straight drop. 98% of every time he's under center, he's going action off of it or toss, or they're just running inside or outside zone. They never just – so the one time they do it is on 3rd and 1, Shane.
Yeah.
Whitehair misses. It's crazy.
Game. Congratulations to them. But overall, I thought that our guys did a good job of battling, but we have to learn how to finish better. We have to learn how to finish. That's one of the things we need to get done.
Well, you don't finish by punting at the 31.
And, that's the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway for me as the head football coach. I do think that there was a lot of good things out there. Defensively, we had 3 takeaways. I thought that was outstanding. That's what we're more used to. And I also think that we stopped them on downs on a 4th and 6, which was excellent. And then they had that long drive, and they ended up missing the field goal, and it was banged off the side, the goalpost. So, I thought the guys had passion, had energy. I thought we tackled
Don't justify his miss for
overall,
your
as a group,
attempt.
And I was pleased with that for sure.
That's just dumb.
Looking at
I will
the
tell
third
you,
downs is where we need to be better. The
Santos
third down
shanked
battle,
that shit.
they
Had nothing
won
to
that
do with the
battle,
win.
which is
Just
sustaining
watch his
drives, making critical plays when you need to. For example, that last third down.
It
they
should
ended
be
up
the
throwing
first question.
slant there to Brown, and that was
Fat
a critical
Mike with a
down,
PH.
for us there.
SP1. I don't know what SP1.
Overall,
season of
for us,
pathetic
we
play.
sustained some injuries, today, which is unfortunate. I know that was announced, but again, we'll take these things day by day. But
I don't know if you know this, Ivan.
concussion.
PFF top 10 O line.
Had his neck. He's out, but everything looks positive.
Right there.
So
Everything
just
looks
so everybody
positive
knows
for
that.
Tevin.
It's encouraging.
Just said.
57 we'll look at the ankle and MRI that and get a situation with that. We don't know where that is.
I'm
33.
telling you, when I saw he's way
dealing
too
with the
high.
ribs.
I wish we could
Again,
show
we'll
the
see what
film.
that is. Tomorrow we'll get more
Fucking
information. And
sting
then
us if we
Justin, he really just had cramps. He had cramps. He had to come in.
I was afraid he'd ding that hammy the way that he was.
Yeah,
when he reached up.
Again, I was also
behind
encouraged
me.
by the last drive the offense had. That's a 2-minute situation. We were hurry up on the ball, and we ended up scoring a touchdown, which that was outstanding.
The best ability is availability. Ivan and Phil.
To see that going forward.
You guys are so
with that, open to questions.
Jenkins' situation was scary.
Yeah.
He responsive and any more indication about how what it was.
Yeah, he was responsive.
Exactly.
We could see him moving his hands out there, but again, I don't know much more than that. They just told me that it's encouraging. That's all I got from the medical staff right
He
now.
was kicking his legs.
Like this,
He was moving his legs.
That's considered the best in the NFL. Mean anything more because it was as close as it was? It wasn't
No moral victories, you asshole.
Yeah, we don't look at it that way. We really
Thank
don't.
God,
we focus on one game at a time.
Save that for rainbows and
To
sunshine.
play our opponent and beat our opponent, and we didn't get that done. So it's more about us. It's always going to be about us, how we do things. Our execution in the critical moments needs to be better. Like I said, on third down, in the red area, When we get takeaways, the one thing that we need to do better on offense is when we do get takeaways in a short field, we got to punch it in.
When the drop off
in that one situation, we ended up, 4th
trying to
and
think of how I
27.
asked this
I want to say
question.
it is. And then we decided to
After
delay
you score
because we were out of kick range.
And you
Kairo's
get
kick
possession
range today
again.
was the
How is
27-yard line.
David
So we were at the
Montgomery on the
31,
bench
and
and
I
the
believe
giant
Philadelphia did the
drop
same
off?
thing. They were at the
is
33, and
Ebner.
they elected to punt
Like,
and pin
who
too,
makes
but,
that call?
Or go for it, I believe. But that's the way the wind was out there
It's
today.
Darrington Evans
tough
and
sledding out there,
Ebner on the
in
field
the
at the
kicking
same
game.
time. To be
Again,
to
in
be
the kicking
honest,
game, we need to do a better job.
I
We had that big kick
mental
return
noted
to
that.
start the second half. I wasn't excited about that. We need to do a better job covering there on the left side of our
Ebner
kick
breaking
coverage.
out of his
But,
contain
and again, the rest of the day, they
again.
did a nice job.
A
they did a nice
kicker
job.
telling
I thought,
you
Trent had
that
a
should have been the
couple good,
first
nice
question.
punting pins. He had a really good couple of nice punts. And
Oh my God!
it's unfortunate that Cairo missed another extra point. That was unfortunate.
How does
we
the
had to get
kicker tell
operation there
you
squared away. I have to
that
look
he's
at the
not
tape.
kicking,
We'll see
Coach?
where that is. But
I would tell him to go
overall, again,
fuck
like I said, we
himself
just
and
gotta
get
do
on
better
the
in critical
field,
moments.
The game swung a little bit late.
or he'd send the fucking punter out there to kick.
Imagine going to your job and saying, "Nah, I'm not going to
Yeah,
work
you'll
today,
see it when
guys."
you watch it again. We had two guys in the same gap.
Hold on.
The safety's supposed to be in the other gap. We should have had that dead to rights, and that's unfortunate that happened. I think Allen called a great pressure there in that situation.
That was the
and,
quarterback
that's what it was.
draw that went for a hole in one.
Matt, as the season is winding down, you're already eliminated from the playoffs. Injuries are racking up. What is the goal for you as a coaching staff for your team for the rest of these
Yeah, I would just say championship habits. So I put that in front of the guys every week. So,
Can
it doesn't
you
matter win, lose, or draw. All we
get
want to
some
see
looks at
championship
some of these
habits from
other
the
offensive
individual.
linemen as
So that
Cody
means the
White
minute you
here,
come into the
Sam
building, you are
Mustipher, and
laser-like
Schofield
focused on the job
struggle.
at hand until the minute you
Why
leave.
is
And then afterward, you're
Tyree
studying
Carter
to make sure you're
on
going to
your
perform
football
at a high
team?
level.
Does he
Each guy, we challenge them to
elicit
perform at an
anything?
A+ game every single week. And it's all based on practice.
Why is
and based
David
on how you play in
Montgomery
the
on the
game.
bench?
And guys will rotate in and out based
Guy
on that.
scored
that
2
production.
touchdowns for you, by the way.
And we challenge those guys every single week. And as a
Let's
football
put Walter
team,
on the
we wanna
bench
play
and put
complementary
in
football. We want
Thomas.
to do that. We want to be able to finish these games. We want to be able to have that instincts to be able to be
It's
that
so hard to
competitive instincts
watch
at the end
losing.
to make sure that we are focused.
I
and
can
finishing
watch
the games the right
losing,
way.
like,
And we're getting
falling
better.
down,
I
swinging,
think we're getting better as you watch it.
but I
And it's
can't
important
watch
for us. Every one of these plays, every one of
Muhammad
these
out
games
there
is real
starting
important to
and
us.
just running into
going
the
forward
guy
to look at
every
everybody and really,
play, just the
and also the
bull
morale
rush.
of our team and
It
how we're
just stands
competitive
there.
as a football team.
And Tevin's injury.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have had a situation that looked that scary on the field. On the football side, do you know if he's okay? Was he taken to the hospital? Or?
Yeah, we said it earlier. I'll give it to you again. So it's really just it's encouraging. That's all we really have from Andre and the medical staff right now. But it looks encouraging. They're evaluating him still, but it does look encouraging.
Was he taken?
Jalen Johnson played a whale of the game.
Yep.
Got to give him credit there.
Yeah.
Just curious where your assessment is of where he's at.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like when guys lose the football. It's not good. Guys have to do a better job securing the ball. Again, I'll look at the tape. But when you're in traffic, you got to have 5 points of pressure on the ball and put your clasp hand over your other hand.
How many turnovers can you allow one player?
Like I said, we'll look at it and we'll see where it is.
I think he's got 3 fumbles and 3 catches on the season.
Going back to the preseason fumble.
He's got 4 fumbles.
Yeah, I mean, the other 2, you got the 2 muff punts. That's a little bit different, because it's not when you have the ball secured, but we'll look at it. And again, he's got to stay encouraged. He's got to keep working, and he's got to do the things right. I know he can do it, and we'll coach him to do that way. So we'll see where it goes.
22-yard touchdown run by Burt. Thought you looked like the blitz first was walking up, and then I don't know if he changed the play or not, but they catching the wrong defense.
He already talked about this.
Yeah, that's the same play they were talking about.
Fucking
So it's
Jesus fucking Christ, pay attention.
He should have been in the other A gap.
Jesus, pulled a jackal there.
From your point of view, going up against some elite wide receivers.
Yeah, it was good. We had him travel today. So he was traveling with Brown the whole day. So if he was outside, he was covering him. If he was inside, we let Gordon cover him.
Only question I
have
have
with him all
is
day. And again, that's going to be a
he
tough
pulls
matchup for
out
any
himself
corner.
out after
one of
he
the
gets
top
beat.
receivers in the league.
He's
He's got a
only
big body. He's very competitive, very strong. And I think he caught 2 big fade balls today. And then also Smith, number 6, caught one also. But those guys are dynamic players, some of the best in the league. But we got to rise up there, and really we got to finish. Those are plays that we got to finish.
N'Keal Harry question should come right here.
Even if you're out of position a little bit, you can still strain.
N'Keal Harry, why
is
he
make those plays at the very end? And again, Jalen did a really good job. There was a lot of other plays that the ball was overthrown where he was covering them. He made a lot of competitive plays where he knocked the ball off, number 11 today. So there was a lot of plays too. It's
all I want to know.
He was very competitive against him today.
Come on.
Is that a tolerable rookie mistake by Jaquan Brisker on the run, or are we past that point now?
There's no tolerable mistakes.
Assignments are important. Right.
Exactly.
So if you're a guard or a tight end and you have a protection and you end up, not doing it the right way, it's important, right? It's alignment, assignment, key technique, right? And if you want to execute in the critical moments, which that might be a critical moment, right? 3rd and 10, you have to get that done. And we expect our players to do that. And we challenge them to do that. And it's not only them, it's the coaches. Who's coaching that guy, right? Are you responsible for that guy? You are. Remember,
okay,
it's
coach.
So when your player plays great, man, that's a partnership. If your player,
that's exactly what I want to hear.
Things that you got to get it correct.
First time this season, I heard the coach answer it.
On the field touchdown to David Montgomery.
Yeah.
13. Did you give thought to going for 2 there?
Yeah, that's the situation.
Good question.
Where
why not?
That's should have in 4th quarter. It's definite go for 2, but in 3rd quarter, you can or cannot. But we decided to go.
You can or cannot anytime, coach. You go for it.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to just
that's
great
great
coaching error?
That's great.
Great
I
question.
I think it's
Courtney.
a franchise record for quarterback. Obviously,
will be on the show this week.
One of the first, only 1 of 3 quarterbacks in the history of the league.
Christmas with Courtney Cronin on
so
keeping it 100.
That's pretty special. And he's a special guy. That run he made down there. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So he's doing an excellent job. He's doing a really good job of leading our football team. I think it's where he's growing the most over this second half of the season. And he's just getting more and more confident as he goes.
Eber excuse.
Yeah. So the numbers there tell us that we're onside kick there all the way. So we got to kick a better kick there. I know it only went 9 yards. I think we got to put it there a little bit deeper. And Kyro's been kicking that in practice. Excellent. That little spinner kick. He's been doing great in that. And just
it wasn't Cairo, was it? I thought it was Gill who kicked that.
Yeah, timeout clock and timeouts they have.
No, it's Cairo.
What's your level of frustration not being able to get more out of the takeaways you got in terms of converting them? And obviously, but one of them, you end up with the ball down inside the red zone at the 14-yard line and end up punting on it. Yeah. So it's called sudden change. It happens on both sides of the ball. So when we take the ball into that plus field, inside that 30, 35-yard line, either through special teams or taking the ball away, which we did, the offense has got to score touchdowns. They got to score touchdowns there. And that's how you put guys away. And you create momentum that way. And I think that's something we have to learn to do as a football team. And conversely, when it happens to the defense, you got to hold them to field goals. It happens where a return comes into that situation or an interception or something. You're right there. And then you just got to bow up and you got to make them kick field goals.
With Cairo, is he dealing with some sort of injury that you know of?
Not that I know of. Not that I'm aware of.
So why not kick?
A logical thing for him at this point?
I just think it's execution. You just going to look at the details of, where everything is, so from the snap, the hold, the plant foot, all those things that we look at with detail.
Like I said, he shanked it.
So it's just like,
it wasn't the wind.
Any other skill that you're
the
trying
fact
to do.
That he waved off the field goal.
And, he just got to look hard at that.
Totally.
Continue to coach.
Totally have to question Cairo.
Execution, are you talking about Cairo individually, Cairo specifically?
Just everything. Just like everything. I got to look.
He's worried about his stats.
Hold, kick, plant foot, everything that looks, that we're squared away with there. He's got to do a good job.
Field goal.
Forgive me.
You think Robbie Gold waves Lovey off? Shane.
Yeah.
Let me pull some grass and see where the wind is going. Come on.
So his kick line was 27 yards with the wind today. So when it was there at the 31, we were out of our kick line there. So we're going to take a delay. We're going to punt and pin. And like I said, Trent did a nice job of punting and pinning today. He did a pretty good job.
With N'Keal Harry, I know he was doing warm-ups
Look
today.
at Courtney listening to us.
Is there a setback with his back?
No, I mean, it's just day to day, just wasn't ready, so he's the back, and Clay's got the knee. So hopefully we're, hopeful for those guys coming up and
okay. So it was an injury there.
And we'll know more information then.
We talked all week about
it wasn't a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
What makes them so good at stunting and what were your assessment of just kind of how you handled that today?
Yeah, it's obviously not good enough, because we give up too many sacks. But again, that a lot of times that's
anyone who twists on you is getting home.
Defensive line or offensive line versus that defensive line. They do it well. I mean, they're aggressive. They're violent, and they have talent, a lot of talent up there. So, you can see from Hassan to Sweat to all the guys inside, Hargrave, all those guys that
On
are in
3rd
there.
and 1,
They throw it in there with violence, and it's hard to
why
pick
are you
up, especially
straight
when you have those
dropping for the
five-man
first
stunts.
time in the season?
Those are pretty effective, and he did a nice job.
What was your perspective on that 39-yard run that Justin had, the one where he sent out the 9-yard line?
Yeah.
Greatest run of all time, it would have been.
Yeah, just special. I mean, I was on the far side, so I was kind of moving around my head and stuff, trying to figure out what he was doing, and he just stayed in bounds and kept going. So, exciting player to watch.
Has it been difficult for you as a coach to try to view things as progress beyond wins and losses this season? To see progress, regardless of the results, or like you're hardwired your entire life to
I've never, Travis or
that's a great
anybody,
question. I think you got to have
him justifying the
I think you have to have
31-yard line
perspective.
being
Again,
the
when you're in the
line
game,
is
we're
atrocious.
in the game. I think that obviously it's
27.
100%,
The
get after
27,
it,
yeah.
27.
by any
Are
means
you fucking
necessary.
kidding me?
And then
Elliott missed
after the
his
game, you have to evaluate the
He hit
same
the
direction
upright,
down
Goes
there.
back to what we
Yeah.
said. There's
Well,
the
I
game
mean,
is the game now. If you
you
win
saw
by 5 or lose by
the
5,
wind catch it.
then you have to have that perspective. How do you get better next week? Each individual and each unit.
What gives you that perspective? What do you lean on in terms of trusting the process that this is going the right way?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at a lot of things. You look at different teams in the past. Everybody has to go through this. We're in the process of doing that right now, and to me, it's more about the work habits each guy and the work habits of the units and having that championship work habits. That to me is the most important thing, because that's what you can stand on. You can stand on that along with our hits principle. You can stand on that. That's the foundation that will last time.
Let's see,
It's
because
always
you're
gonna
not
be
doing
there.
it with
It's
everybody.
never going anywhere. Okay, and as you get going,
Your
you start
offensive line
executing
coach
better,
clearly
finishing games better.
it's
wins
not
will start
holding
to stack.
accountability.
And that, to me, is you always have to have that. If you don't have that, it's not going to work. But we do have that. We have it, and our guys are working their tail off, and we have that foundation that we're building right now.
How do you reconcile believing that
Last
things
one,
are headed the right way, but being 3-11?
Yeah, just by the tape. Watch the tape. To me, it's you watch the tape, and I go, sometimes
Just
the
say it.
results
The
aren't there,
tape
but I
never
see what
lies,
I see in
Coach.
practice,
Do it.
and I see what I see in the games, and we're heading
At
the right
least
direction.
end with a great statement. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Couldn't handle it. But it's unfortunate. He did show some signs of accountability there, but then there's kind of a double talk. He gets fired up with Velas. I don't know. Again, I could go on practice squads and you could find, and that's really what this time is. Your 3 wins. You got to be looking. You can't be just talking about, hey, we're trying to get better at every position. That's what we do. And then go out there and not do it. And not
when you have your head coach come out and openly say that, I don't think we'll be seeing him the rest of the season out there. I mean, under the
I didn't think
circumstances,
we would see certain players today, and we did. But you're 100% right.
You get to a certain point, and I'm not defending the decisions at all, but you get to a certain point where what do you have left to play? I mean, at a certain Sanborn goes down, and we're like, all right, Adams and Joe Thomas, and then one of those guys goes down. I mean, at some point, you don't have anything left in there. I mean, we pull fucking Bratcher off the street and put him out there. Put a helmet on him.
I don't know if he'd show up.
As long as he doesn't wear that jersey, I'm good.
Yeah. That was a birthday present. But no, that's where they are with wide receiver right now. I mean, they clearly sat him down earlier in the year when he was putting the ball on the ground, and you didn't see him. He was inactive for a few weeks, and then maybe he flashed in practice or did his thing there, tried to earn his way back on, and then it's not there.
I think it's exactly what you said, Shane. The numbers, like you don't have the depth of talent, and when you lose a N'Keal Harry, at game time, and you lose, EQ St. Brown, it just
After
kind of
one
falls.
play, right?
I understand that it's supposed to be a next man up mentality, but if the fucking guy doesn't have the confidence and the wherewithal to, hey, I'm going into a crowd, maybe I should put 2 hands on the ball, then you got an issue, like Eberflus says.
Well, the
I feel
problem
that way.
is maybe you need to get Blazing Game in the game with David Montgomery and get Valus the fuck out. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, I
these
think
things
that's
are very easy.
I think
to
that's
fix.
the thing. I understand that, Phil, but at the same time, when you're a 3-win team, as much as you don't want to hear this, or a lot of the people in the chat that are fired up, at some point you want to put him in a position like that to just to see what you have when you're a 3-win team. And he's not
a gadget player, and that's
I
it.
understand.
They're sitting there waiting for
I
it.
understand. No, I get it. I understand it.
That's
And
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
as
I get it.
A
Like
3-1
the
a
great
3-1
ones,
football team shouldn't have Dante Pettis as their punt returner in the grand scheme of things. He's only back there because he can catch the football. That's why you need to turn the roster over.
Me and you, this is a Ryan Poles thing. I honestly, you have to. It ain't too hard to see that the lights were too big the 2 previous times. So let's see if a third time. That's on the GM and the GM. If the coach doesn't want to, that's on Ryan Pohl. He has to. You fucking reached for this guy back then. Now you got to own your mistake. If he's not waived or put on your practice squad, to put on your practice squad this week, and you go out there and find somebody else now.
Yeah, I don't think
then you're seeing the same politics.
I can guarantee you they're not going to waive him with 3 games left. I think that they'll make him inactive.
His fumbles aren't just fumbles. Like, they're not just they're game-changing turnovers.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I agree with Phil. It's like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to cut him, but I think they should. I think they should. He's older. He's an older player, and he's still not getting it. You know what I mean? You were saying it when we were talking in the chat. He needs to be returned. He's taking every single fucking ball
one of
out.
them. I don't care if you catch it 8 yards deep, 9 yards deep, bring it back. You have nothing to lose at this point.
Absolutely. And then there's times where you see it. He has no confidence. It's a guessing game with Valus Jones out there every single time.
He doesn't know his plays.
He fumbled that one, and I was an asshole and tagged him on Twitter. I said, I hope you enter the transfer portal. I mean, I know that can't happen in the NFL, but god damn, it's crazy.
They got Ebner cut, Valus cut. You gotta stop playing this. Let's wait and see. I mean, you get the answers. They're there. There's some good things to see in some of these players, but you got to start attacking those practice squads now and get some of these guys that are going to actually. There is a fire in the belly of Sanborn. That his 40 time, all of that. We talked with Peggy Kaczynski about it. I see a guy that has a fire to love and passion for the game of football. When you don't have those at receiver like Dante Pettis, St. Brown, lazy in their routes, lackadaisical when Justin's breaking the pocket. We look at other teams when Dak Prescott breaks the pocket. What's his name from Colorado State? This motherfucker sprints to the area. CD Lamb, they sprint to try to make themselves available. None of these guys do. And that's something that the GM has to do. Now, is he willing to see this stuff? The easy pickings are the guys that I listed. Muhammad shouldn't be on this team. Whitehair, benched. Mustafa, benched. Reef, benched. You want to start Leatherwood all season. Oh, but Leatherwood let up those. No shit. So did Reef. Let up the Hassan Riddick burnt Reef too.
Yeah, he would have got a sack there, but Reef literally tackled him.
Yeah, exactly.
I think their defense. I think the defensive line got a sack on every offensive lineman that we had.
Exactly.
Yeah, multiple.
So it's like, you gotta fucking get the answers now on Leatherwood, Island. and Jatari Carter. Those guys, we need to find the answer.
Carter wasn't even active today, right?
We did get the answer thanks to our friend Courtney Cronin about N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, and that's
the
important.
2-point conversion. Those are the two things I wanted to know.
If he was a healthy scratch, that would have screamed loud and clear. N'Keal Harry's got 3 more games left in Chicago, and they're moving on. I mean, he's not going to be a number 1 or even a number 2, but I think what I have seen so far, I think he has warranted more of a role in this offense moving forward. He's no speed merchant, but
he's a big body.
I'd love to see him more than Dante Pettis.
I'd
love to see him more than Equinemius St. Brown.
Absolutely.
Me too.
You know, it's just
I'm with you. I was excited about Harry today. Obviously, Claypool, that would have been great, though. How they've used Claypool this year has been atrocious, Shane.
Yeah, well,
how much questioning do you have on Getsy? Is this like, okay, this is a learning year, or is this what we're going to continue to see from this guy?
No, Phil, I know you're probably going to disagree with me, and others may too, but I said this to Dan Weeder on Twitter. His philosophy has always continued to be that Justin Fields has to learn how to win. So this team, and that's obvious. Everybody understands that. But what's going on right now, and I think it goes hand in hand, I think as this roster improves, when you get viable talent out there surrounding Justin Fields on this offense and a deeper defensive line that isn't horrific, I think automatically you're going to see things change with better players. I don't think people understand how, if you look at this roster right now, what they're putting out there, I think it's actually pretty goddamn impressive that they only lost by 5 today. When you remove any bad play call, any missed assignment by Jaquan Brisker on the touchdown by Jalen Hurts, part of that comes into play. Darnell Mooney's not out there. They're counting on Chase Claypool to do something. I think he is obviously better than what they have out there. You have to have talent. They put it right up on the screen for you today with Jalen Hurts. Last year, his numbers, it was almost goddamn identical to what Justin Fields has. And what happens? Yes, they had Devontae Smith. Could you compare Devontae Smith last year to Darnell Mooney last year? Probably, even though Smith was a rookie. But then A.J. Brown is the guy that's going to take everything to the next level. And at this time last year, nobody assumed that A.J. Brown was going to be available via trade. That is where this is all going to fall back into the lap of Ryan Poles. More so than Luke Getsy, more so than Matt Eberflus. It's the roster construction. It's not there, and it was never going to be there. Of course, we can question bad play calls. It's going to be more significant if they go out and spend a bunch of money in free agency, bringing in talent. They move around in the draft, bringing a bunch of assets that way. And then we continue to be like, what the fuck are they doing here? Then it's more understandable. This cupboard doesn't even have a fucking liner in it at this point on this roster. There's nothing there. There's a stale bag of fucking Doritos in there. And I fully expected this team to get blown the fuck out. I don't know. I didn't see your guys' predictions, but did anybody pick it to be close?
No.
Wednesday?
No.
I thought 35-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 42 points, 42-20, I think.
You had a 40 burger.
Yeah,
I put out there on Twitter, I thought Philly by double digits was easy money.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I would.
What did they win by today? What was the
25-20?
So they lost that Terry Bradshaw's money. Fuck. I only 85% agree with Shane. I think you start to understand.
G doesn't believe it because I guess I'm rambling the 13 seconds that I talked. So, G, I'm sure you're a wonderful human being, and Merry fucking Christmas. Spell my name right if you're gonna bitch about me, you illiterate fuck.
Could be a female, man. Come on.
Well, she can go fuck herself just as easy. I don't care.
Said Shabe. Now you're Shabe. But Shabe, I agree with G Davia in that situational football is the telltale of, I don't care who you have playing talent wise, in situations, you tell me the type of play caller you are. And I'm in the right in questioning this guy, whether he could have fucking Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, fucking Michael Irvin out there, and this motherfucker is going to run a bubble screen or a screen to tight at Cole Kmet.
Yep.
It's like, that's the concern I have. So the red flag for me, and your point is truly what I was fighting, and I will continue to fight for Justin Fields with, is that he's playing with a bunch of schmoes. That's 100% true. And what he's able to do is cover a bunch of warts. But the reality is the offensive coordinator is showing me huge signs of concern. It's like going to the beach and there's a fucking giant warning sign. Please be safe. Currents are very high right here. And fucking, you don't even know how to swim and you go out there. That's how concerned I am with this guy. I'm very serious. Like, I get the talent.
No, there's things that I question 100%. But I think you have to look
3rd and 1, Shane. Like, what are you just run the fucking ball.
Phil, I get it, but I can turn on almost any fucking game, and I've seen Dallas throw fucking deep on 3rd and 1. Philadelphia does it all the fuck. I saw Philadelphia do it on 4th and 1. And they got a 48-yard touchdown out of it. The Bears don't have that personnel.
But
they're using.
But you and I both know Chase Claypool.
I would have run the football too, Phil. But
I'm saying Chase Claypool out there.
Yeah.
How many deep shots would we have seen today?
A lot more than we had.
No, probably none. The same thing. It's like me and Shane are like, first play of the game, throw it up top. What do you have to lose?
Who are you going to throw it up top to? That's the thing. If Claypool, I could see them taking maybe 1 or 2 shots with Claypool, which still isn't enough. But you have EQ St. Brown, who's fucking glass and who damn near barely could catch a ball. And you have like a couple guys. I mean, the deep pass to
Pringle came here,
but that was a broken play. I'm saying, play.
You throw it no matter what, based on the coverage. Listen, there's a thing in football is called you scheme people open. So you put people in threatening situations so you get the matchups you want. This helps your quarterback. That is not done with Getsy. We go into trips, we're going to see a goddamn fucking bubble screen. And we don't even block it right.
Let me answer this real quick. Yeah. And I'm not singling James out, but I've seen this becoming a trend in the chat talking about Riley Ridley for peanuts. Well,
he's not even in the league.
He's not in the league. He's suspended indefinitely. But the problem is you have to look at the parameters of the trade. It wasn't for a 4th round draft pick or a 5th round draft pick. It's all based on how he does. And it can go as high as a 1st round draft pick in compensation that they may have to give up, depending on how he plays. It's even based on if he plays good and they give him a contract extension in Jacksonville, then the compensation that they give up is even more. So people that are commenting on Riley Ridley for peanuts and Chase Claypool was a horrific overpay in the trade market, you're uninformed. You're uninformed to facts.
I was so excited for Chase Claypool today.
The people that are upset about Chase Claypool, Phil, are the same ones that would be calling Ryan Poles a piece of shit if they didn't pony up the higher pick and he ended up in Green Bay, because that's where he would have been.
Exactly.
But let's just fucking forget about that because I'm going to piss and moan about everything because Ditka's not here. Singletary should be head coach. Let's bring back Matt Suey and restore the fucking roar. This fucking fan base. Be better. Holy fuck. You guys are stuck in the fucking past, just like half of the fucking coaches and players that you're thinking about. It's so goddamn annoying.
But
Everybody
Shane,
is
you got to
living in
understand, I played the game. I was an offensive lineman back in the day, and I know the game inside and out. And I'm telling you.
And I didn't play, so I don't know. I don't
Dieter
know
can't
shit.
play.
It's like, God damn.
I got people in my DMs, Shane. Got to understand, I played the game. I don't give a fuck if you played or didn't play. Show me.
It pisses me off when people come in without facts and are just spouting, well, they could have had him for a fucking 7th rounder. Well, you're wrong, but fuck it. Let's just come in here and just keep on talking about it.
The only thing
you're uninformed.
The only thing we could complain about, Shane, you and I were on the same page, was the kid from Darden. Like, I don't understand how Poles didn't pick him up, put Velus on the fucking waiver wire, and Darden, who ended up going to Cleveland. There's your punt returner. There's a possible slot guy.
Yeah, and he hasn't been great returning the ball when he did it for Tampa, but that's not the fucking point. You give yourself a chance when you're at the number 2 position in the waiver wire.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland ended up getting him. To me, that was a miss
Same
by
with the
Ryan
other
Poles.
kid, the defensive tackle that ended up going. Where did he go? From Notre Dame, the Chargers wave.
Tillery. Yeah,
Tillery. You should have fucking picked his ass up too. Put Muhammad to the pasture.
Vegas.
Oh my God. Fucking could have had Tillery. These are the things I'm just saying. There's everything you're saying, and you knocked the Claypool thing out of the park because that's 100% true.
Right. And everybody, and I understand we want to see him more. And yes, it is on Chase Claypool to learn the playbook and to line up in the correct spot. But again, some of that is going to come in time, and there's a bigger play here. They looked at free agency and they said to themselves, if Chase Claypool was available in free agency, yes, we would go out there. But there's also 31 other teams that would probably say the same thing if they had a need at wide receiver. You say 30 because Pittsburgh probably wouldn't have brought him back. But I'm just saying, it's going to take some time.
When
Everybody's expectation
ever defended the Velus Jones pick, Chris.
He's called it trash from day one. He was upset with it.
Come on, again. I gotta stand up for my boy.
Yeah,
there's never
bring it out here,
time
Chris. Because again, like I said, this is perfect fucking timing when I'm talking about ignorant, uninformed assholes. Chris is like, "I'm next. Let's go." Yeah, I made the show. Go back and watch any fucking show, Chris. And I trashed the night that it happened. In every fucking game that Velus has been.
And let me just clarify something. Pickens was off the board in the 3rd round. So when I see this, it's not true. Romeo Doubs, who I loved, everybody and their brother who's a patron knows how I felt about Romeo Doubs. Again, Romeo's hurt, whatever. That was the guy that I wanted instead of Velus. When people
Chris, go get me some facts and tag me on Twitter with all of my things that I love being a homer and refuse to criticize bad moves. Go ahead. Bring those facts to the table, Chris. I'm here for it. I got the fucking time, bro. I got time. Tag me in that shit.
Speaking of time, I know you got to go. I want to keep
I
my
might
boy
miss
in
it
trouble.
because Chris is ready to go. He's a badass. I'm sure his mother's not a cunt, though. Tell her Merry Christmas.
Hey, Chris is a nice guy.
Sure
I think other networks, other shows can't get to the truth.
Go look at my goddamn Ryan Cox put it up there. I tagged Velus in it, saying I wish that he entered the transfer portal. That's not a positive, Chris.
I actually put that for Getsy too. I don't know.
I think Chris might be drunk. I don't know what he's talking about, man.
Oh my God. If Shane was bringing up the 85 Bears,
Chris.
he was doing it sarcastically. Trust me.
Yeah. The Bears are so the bomb, Chris.
I think Chris is a fake account
cool.
by somebody else. That's what I think.
Chris can go be blocked. And there he goes.
There goes Chris.
Bye, Chris.
Chris is.
Oh,
I liked Chris for a little while. Listen, the NFL, not for long. And Velas is not for long. I mean, that's what it is. You got your shot. Will Ryan Poles own up? You said, I'm only saying this. I don't think they'll waive him. I think they'll bench him. I'm 100% with Ivan. He has to be waived. You have to set this accountability. He's not done it ever. He's a problem. He's never going to fix. The lights are too bright, as my guy Keith Sawa had put it on my page. Here's the guys that I think, Shane. Do you have to go, Shane? Or are you sticking? I had to put
Sandlin's comment up there.
You give Chris a bad name.
Good job, Sandlin. I do actually have to go. So you guys can
we'll wrap this up in a little bit. I know we got close to 800 people here.
All the Chris's in the chat are like, don't block me.
Chris, I'm not gonna. I don't want to
bring Chris back.
Yeah, I'll unblock Chris, and I won't talk about it. I'm done.
It's a phony account from the old network. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm done talking about your mom. Just tell me what time you want the bitch back, and I'll let her go. So, all right, I love you guys.
All right, brother.
3-11. Fuck Velas. Fuck Velas, Chris.
Fuck Velas.
The Bears. Woo!
Don't hold anyone accountable. Don't hold polls accountable. We'll see you Wednesday on Keeping It 100 with Courtney Cronin.
Christmas with Cronin.
She'll be on the show breaking down these Bears. We'll ask her, does Velas stay or go? Maybe we'll find that out. Here's the guys, Ivan, I said shouldn't be out or on the rock. Sam Mustipher, Cody Whitehair, Velas Jones, Riley Reef, Treston Ebner, and that's Alex Acevedo's boy. That Ebner, do your Acevedo impression.
I'm telling you, man. That Travis Ebner, man. He's
I'm telling you, man, that Ebner, he looks good in practice. Bratcher was going to put him in the starting lineup. Treston Ebner gone and Mohammed. Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that I think we can get better poaching practice squads elsewhere. I think Riley Reef, you don't cut him, you just put him as a backup. The rest of the guy, I think Cody Whitehair has shown me enough. After the injury, I thought he'd come back, Ivan, and he'd show like the leadership and the fire. He's been, I mean, these are simple twist games, TE stunts. He's messing up. It's not even an excuse. It can't even make one for him. It's just physically, he looks old, decrepit, and it just doesn't look like he wants to do it.
It looks like he's playing for the contract.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he looks like. I agree with that list. For those of you guys that are saying, you can't just cut rookies. Well, if you made a mistake, are you just going to continue to roll with that mistake? Or are you going to say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. I owned it. I think that's the start of accountability that you've been pointing out is we made a mistake. We made 2 mistakes, Ebner, Velas, Jones.
Absolutely.
It's still, the jury's still out on Braxton Jones, even though, I mean, he's up and down.
He's a rookie. He's got
up and down.
He's got an upside. So
yeah,
he's not the starting left tackle that they've done.
Right.
That would have been Jenkins for me, as everybody knows. Even if you played high school offensive line, you should know. But the reality is it's not going to happen now. So that's where we're going to go. But to your point, Braxton Jones has some upside. You never are going to cut that. Ebner and Valus are serious politics now. You're trying to protect your draft. You have to send the message. And at least those three. Sam Mustipher, as bad as he is, you can put him on the bench and be a backup. But Whitehair's got to go. Valus got to go. And Ebner's got to go. Mustipher and Reef could go in a reserve role. And then you get answers here. You get more answers. Is Ja'Tari Carter? Is Schofield somebody that's going to be in the future? Whitehair, to me, was a travesty today. On a day that you'd expect the veteran to step up, that's the sign. He's hit a cliff or whatever. Do I believe that Whitehair is intentionally? That's what Ivan was saying. I mean, you got to question, is he playing for the contract? I think that's a great question to ask. Pettis got to go. He's your value in punt returning because, to Shane's point, like we said, he, as a veteran, he's not afraid to catch the punt. So you keep him around. Is he your starting receiver? That fourth down, I can hear him coming to the side. The sun was in my eyes, Scott. Oh my God.
Man. I'm not too sure about keeping Mustipher as a backup. I was hoping he would be a backup this year with because you had Kramer going out, and then you had Lucas Patrick going out. That buries Mustipher. We're not even discussing Mustipher if they could stay healthy. I'm looking in the next year. Why are you going to take another run, even as a backup? Why are you going to take another run at a guy like that?
He's gone after. I'm saying like
right now.
Week. I'm talking like this week. Put these guys out there. Bring Leatherwood up. Let Schofield continue to start. Let Ja'Tari Carter compete with Schofield. And get some answers there. And then obviously Dieter Eisland at center. I think those are the things you do as a team to get some answers moving forward. Whitehair, to me, didn't do his job at all. He, as a veteran, that's a letdown there. And if he's playing for a contract or to lose, when I saw them come out, Mustipher, Reef, Whitehair, I'm like, it's the same shit. And Chris Morgan has to come into question. I know he's been fired. Same with the special teams coach. These are the reasons why I have those questions about these coaches, because the special teams coach, Hightower, has been shitty. He's been fired several times, as well as the offensive line coach. So you're confused. Whitehair playing for a contract. He's just out there. He's coasting.
He's just playing for the money, for a paycheck every week.
He's not playing up to the paycheck that he's making. He's just saying he's just out there to collect the check. Adam, that's what he meant. The reality is there a Justin Fields presser? Did it come on yet? Because Shane might have had it up.
Shane dropped, when Shane left it.
See if it's there. I wanted to hear what he had to say. But yeah, those players, Pettis, I think you can improve on. Obviously, you're going to improve on this in the offseason. But today, the questionable coaching decisions, honestly, is the decision to take the delay of game and punt at the 31. I've never seen that before. I can give two fucks with the wind. You play the wind. You play into the wind. You kick the football. I don't care if my kicker said, I don't feel comfortable from 31. Well, get comfortable and hit it. That's Chicago. He didn't do that. It's unfortunate. Here's Justin.
Into the end zone, and hope. I just wish I had stepped out of bounds, but yeah.
Make it full. So
I was celebrating, spiking the ball. I mean, I'm tired, so I had no idea.
Just on the touchdown pass to David, can you take us just through that play?
Yeah. So we just had a quick cadence on that. So boom, everybody lined up with the ball. snap the ball quick, and they brought cover zero on that. And,
it was a travesty.
When we get up on the line like that and snap the ball, they don't have time to communicate.
When your coach decides to punt from the 31,
and he was wide open. Of course, it was really a perfect play call by Luke. So just props to him.
Bad mics again.
I mean, if I would have saw it, I would have thrown it. So I didn't see it. 3rd and 10. Yeah, there was a backer right there. It was special trash. There was a backer right there, and I was getting pressure. So if I had more time, and he's faster than pretty much every linebacker in the league, and he probably would have outflanked him. So didn't have time, and I think that was when I got sacked on, right? Is that the one you're talking about, or is it a different one? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, but if we're talking about the same play, yeah, I mean, I was just waiting for him to, get past that linebacker, and I mean, there was nobody over there, so, at that point, just trying to get to my back, and then I got sacked. So, yeah.
Just back to the cramping just for a second, because it happened just a few weeks ago. What do you sense that you need to do to make sure that it doesn't become a recurring thing?
I just have to get an IV before every game. I didn't get one today because I thought the weather, I wouldn't need one, but I'm still exerting energy, still using my body. So
it was a cramp, thankfully.
Was that frustrating for you, just given where that moment
was?
No,
I like going out in the critical moment of the game.
It is. I'd rather be cramped than it be a serious injury.
Was it frustrating for you?
And you're down to 4 of your top 6 receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to throw it to whoever's out there, but what is the challenge of going that deep into the depth that you have?
I mean, it's challenging for sure. So I think the main thing with that is just, everybody being prepared, everybody knowing the game plan, and just everybody being on top of their stuff. So, yeah.
Your receivers being banged up for a lot of the year, and it was Khalil. Do you ever wonder what it would look like if everybody was healthy?
I mean, yeah, you can wonder all you want, but the reality is that we don't. So just got to play with who you have out there, and, we got to just
wonder all you want.
Like I said before, everybody's got to be prepared and be ready to play.
Justin, joining the 1,000-yard club, Vic and Lamar there, what does it mean to join that company? And then is this something you want to set your sights on doing every year?
No, sir. I don't plan on rushing for 1,000 yards every year. But yeah.
No,
like
sir.
I said before, it's an honor. And, it's a blessing from God. And like I said, I couldn't do it without my coaches and teammates.
Why not a chance though to sit the half the record? Is that something you set your sights on? You like don't want to do this every year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm already deep into this year, so might as well just try to go get that record. I think I need 206. So 3 games left. That's about 70 yards a game. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll see.
Did you know in game that you hit it?
In the game that I hit 1,000? Yeah, I knew because they announced it on the big board and stuff like that.
I knew, Courtney. I knew.
Yeah, I mean that's always the emphasis for the offense is no takeaways and the defense getting +2. So that's always our goal is to not turn the ball over. But yeah, of course you want to go into a game never want to turn the ball over. So but of course they had a great D line out there. So I think the biggest thing, like when we do play such a force at D line, is just maybe 1-2 reads, find a check down to run because I mean you're not gonna have all day, with the
especially with my line, they ain't have all day.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So how important was it for you to come back out after you got injured?
I mean, it was important. Every time I get a chance to play, I'm gonna want to be out there with my guys. I know they fight, and like I said before, they're the only reason I play. So I play for them and God, and really nobody else. So yeah.
It's a great answer there. You gotta love Justin Fields.
Scrambling is kind of a necessity.
If anything, you found that answer.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't necessarily find this.
That's the answer.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna improvise and try to do whatever I can to put as much points on the board as possible. So I mean I don't plan to. So I don't plan to rush for 1,000 yards every year. So yeah.
Justin,
What?
As a 7-game skid is, you look at the Eagles at all and see that their progression is something you guys.
I don't know what that is. Yeah,
I don't even know what the question was. Was it like
It's
science fiction?
2020 now where they are.
No, he's asking if he likes the trajectory the Eagles are going
I
on.
really try not to compare, myself, my team versus others.
Hello.
Every situation is different. So
Let me ask
I really
you,
never
do you
compare myself
watch the
'cause,
Eagles?
I'm in
I
a
got
different
enough to
situation.
fucking
We're
worry
all in
about
a
here. I'm gonna
different situation,
worry
so,
about them. Oh my god!
You just don't try to compare. I think you just gotta focus on yourself. What can you do
Jesus
better,
Christ.
and what can we do better?
That
as a
guy
team
was
and,
watching the
of course, as an
fucking
offense.
World Cup
How about
during
this?
the
What
fucking
gives you
game,
the optimism
asking
you
that
guys could
question.
ascend?
Fucking A.
What gives me the optimism that we could ascend?
What maybe allows you to
Jeepers creepers.
next year, 2 years from now, you guys could.
What
I
gives
think
me
we're
the
gonna, keep getting
optimism?
better. For me,
Let me think.
I've been
Let
in
me
the league
see
for
here.
2
I have
years.
no idea what
I've
Ryan
learned
Poles is
2
going to do in
offenses in
free
2 years,
agency
so
or
think
the
more
draft. I
get
don't
comfortable
know
with this offense,
who's staying, who's going,
we're just gonna keep getting better as an offense.
but
keep
I
getting better
believe
as a
in
team.
me.
So yeah.
So going back to being that +2 turnover margin, what did you see out of your defense? They gave you a couple extra possessions.
Yeah.
Can you speak to their effort a little
They
bit?
did a great job. I told them after the game, they did a great job, and big shout
Another
out to them.
wasted choir. What
Coach
is he
preaches
gonna
that, every
say?
day of the week. So
The
of course,
defense
Kyler
did
with the
shitty.
pick, that was huge, and
Great game
Diggs
by the
with his
defense.
picking and
Great
Kyler with
effort.
fumble recovery. It was huge, and anytime we can get those takeaways, it's going to be great for our offense. Create short fields. So it was definitely huge for our offense.
It looked like you guys dealt with a few.
Just cut him to one more because these questions suck.
Yeah, this is about the time when you have to do
Are you still waiting?
Oh my god!
The only time you want to cut to one more.
Exactly.
Are you guys trying to get through something?
Yeah,
Justin,
but,
third and
nowadays,
one
in the
question
league,
should have
most
been in
defenses
here.
they try to
It
prevent the
hasn't.
big play. They just want you to take the underneath stuff and drive the ball down the field.
Third and one, your
but,
first
when
straight
those deep
drop out of
shots,
fucking under
when those
center
options
all
do come,
year.
you just have to take advantage of those.
Why?
And, complete them. So of course,
Oh
we're always
my
looking for an explosive play, but
Justin, Tupac or
defense,
Biggie, real quick.
did a great job taking them away. So just got to drive the ball down the field and just take completion and just move the ball down the field.
Marvel,
Did you see what
DC.
happened on the play where Tevin Jenkins got hurt? If so, what
Oh my
I didn't see
fucking
anything.
god!
I saw
You
after the
kidding
play,
me?
like he was crawling on the ground, and
Justin,
Trevor's a tough guy. So when he's crawling
your
on the ground,
guard's
like that,
pulling as you're
I knew
carrying
he was
out your fake on
instantly.
that.
But I didn't see what happened.
What
but
did you
of course I'm gonna be
see?
praying
This
for
is,
him.
yeah. Justin, would you have kicked the field goal? That's perfect.
talked about building championship.
Oh, they let him get
habits
another
going
question.
forward down the stretch here. Kind of with that in mind, big picture, how do you see this team playing right now down the stretch?
Thank you,
In
Zolo.
today, even if
I agree with you.
against the Eagles?
I think we do that every day. No matter what our record is, the coaches come in the
Justin.
same every day, the players come in the same every day, and we work.
I like that.
That's kind of all we know.
Hurrah,
So
I like it.
no matter what our record is,
Which mic do you like?
what's
For
in the
those
past.
of you listening to
we
this,
come
the
in
NFL
every day and
Network one
show
or the
up.
Motorola
We
one?
show up every day to get better. So as
Motorola's
long as we do
still
that,
around.
we'll
I didn't
get
even
better.
know.
And like I said,
Remember
those
your
wins are gonna
Motorola
start coming for
Razor
sure.
phone?
You were eager the other day to play against the Eagles defense. What impressed you about their
Justin, given the fact that Argentina won the World
Yeah,
Cup,
they're
how does
big,
that
strong,
make
fast.
you feel?
They have
On Hall
they're
wants
deep
to
too.
know.
Like they have guys coming in rotating, and they have vets.
Justin,
So
who did
they
your
do a great job
brains?
rotating those guys, keeping them fresh, and that makes it easier on them when they come in. Only playing 2
Justin's
drives,
the man when
2 plays every 4 plays, 2
my
plays every
son
5 plays.
Tate
So
is growing
they're
his
staying
hair out.
fresh, and of course,
Yeah.
they did a great
Just so
job.
he can get braids like
putting
Justin.
pressure on me today, and they're
that's when you know.
That's
I
when
think
you
our
know.
O-line held up pretty good too. So just
That's
gotta.
when you know. He's the
yeah.
real deal.
Give credit to them. For
This
sure.
kid is a football
Appreciate
player
that.
first and foremost, playing in a shitty situation, not a shitty town. Imagine what is I can't even imagine a McCaskey and Ted Phillips talking with Justin Fields. That's where the separation is. The Ryan Poles is their go-to between the two. How Ryan Poles handles this offseason is going to be the story. Here, though, I can't help myself. Situationally, I want to see improvement from the Chicago Bears as well as personnel. Get these answers down the stretch.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And I hope we see a lot more of that next year. But I think it starts, like you have said, consistently. It starts with accountability. It starts this offseason. If you don't have guys working out and are ready and prepared, if you don't have them collaborating together, and I know we hate that word, but if you don't have them coming together and working out or being and wanting to get better together, then you got issues. You should have guys wanting to go out and work with Justin. Darnell Mooney should work out with Justin again. Chase Claypool should be working out with Justin.
Hell yeah.
Komet should be working out with Justin. You need guys to build that camaraderie, that family, that glue. So when you have these moments where it's, shit's getting rough out there in the trenches, they come together because they're familiar with the personnel. They're familiar with their guys. I agree with you that situations can be better. Situational football can be better from a coaching standpoint, but I think that's all going to come to a head once you get more talent on this football team.
I want to point this out, and this is great that you said that because it's perfectly in my brain. 3rd down, clock running down, 3rd and long. Who did Hurts throw to? Ivan.
He threw to A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. Who did Justin Fields throw to?
He threw to Simba Webster.
Exactly. So there is merit to this. This is what I have a problem with against Green Bay, 3rd and 7. Where is he going? Is it to Chase Claypool? Because we've made and forced. See, I want to do it just a little bit of what we do on our patron side is teach people football. See, I can line up if you're going to give me zone on 3rd and 6, not 3rd and 1. I'm going to fucking put blazing game in the game because I'm 3 wins, and I'm going to fucking pound it at you and try to get it. And if not, I'm boot actioning with a dragging receiver, a receiver going up and threatening you on 3 levels, which is really 4 because Justin's feet is 4. So now if I get in that, I'm doing that. But let me go back to 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7. On 3rd and 7, Chase Claypool becomes isolated against their guy. I'm lining everybody and their brother up to the right, and I'm putting one-on-one, and I'm letting my fucking talented wide receiver, who's 6'4", 238, win on a slant or go based on where the leverage of the corner is. This is the stuff that I don't see Getsy doing. And maybe Chase coming in late, you can make those excuses, but I didn't see it with Darnell Mooney. And Darnell Mooney is a damn good receiver, despite 1, 2, whatever you're fucking standing at. Luke Getsy's got to get this stuff ironed out situationally. Just like when they had all the chips down and you're getting smacked in the face by a shitty Bears defense, you had your go-to guy. They do it. We don't. And a lot of people do slants and digs all the time against the Chicago Bears. 3rd and 17. Guess who's getting the ball in Detroit? St. Brown coming in on the deep end.
The good
we
St.
all
Brown.
knew it was coming, right?
The good St. Brown, yeah.
The good St. Brown. That's where that stuff ends and begins. How, and you know what? It's on you, Dante Pettis, to make a name for yourself, to become the Julian Edelman or the Wes Welker or whoever, to get yourself to a level. I'm making every motherfucking catch. Every 4th down and 3, they're coming to me. I make that catch. I make it no matter what. Sun's in my eyes. That's the difference. So you can go all about talent. Everybody's fucking talented in the NFL. The coach has to live up to it. Punting on fucking at the 31-yard line, inexcusable. Not going for 2, inexcusable.
Well, you shouldn't have your field goal kicker, your kicker making the decision. It's your decision. If he's not willing to go out there, and I know the chat's already killed Cairo Santos as it is. But like, what in the hell? Like, are you gonna let him dictate the situation? Like, it's one thing. It's one thing if he was 0 for 3 on field goals. But look, you missed the extra point. That's already bad. Now you're gonna tell me that you can't go out there and kick this field goal? That would have changed the dynamic of the game.
Totally agree with you, man. I just call it the way I see it. I know David Montgomery is going to get you the 1st down on 3rd and 1. I know when Blazing Game had been in the game with David, they've averaged 7 yards per carry. That to me is impetus enough for me to say, I'm 3 wins. I'm fucking running right at you, motherfuckers. I ain't giving Hassan Riddick a rush up at Justin. I'm putting it right on Hassan's ass. But no, these are the things that I question. And I think football people stand with that same stance in questioning it. Is Getsy's story fireable? I don't know who he is. The talent, there's nowhere to hide. But I'm telling you right now, I'm in the same place I was with Matt Nagy. If that makes you nervous, good. Because guess what? You got 3 more games to show me otherwise, Eberflus. But right now, I still am concerned about this guy. And those things are truly concerns no matter the talent you have. You are in this game. You got to be in it to win it. You cannot go out there to lose. That's really puts the bow on it this week, though.
Keeping it 100. The Tape Never Lies Network.
Right there, we'll have Courtney Cronin, a very special Christmas special with Courtney Cronin, all of the guy. Hopefully Jackal's back. We know Claudio will be in Italy, hopefully filming Ivan some yos for us in Italy in the pavilion or whatever, the center green in Italy with the Italian bread. We'll have a lot of fun this week. I appreciate you diehard fans once again just checking in. This has been a tough season, but I honestly have to, I can't make excuses. I have to tell my truth. I want to see more of the good. I really believe we're all step for step. I hope we have to defend. Do we have to defend Justin Fields anymore? No. I mean, honestly, if he didn't step out of bounds, that is the greatest run by a quarterback I've ever seen. Honestly, Hassan has him dead to rights, and he's spinning around like fucking Pac-Man, man, getting out of those ghosts, and then goes down and runs through 2 tackles, spins, cuts back. I
just think going in and like you said it perfect. We got the guy, but
got that guy.
The team needs to now embrace his identity, his mentality.
Build around him.
He's the identity. Everybody should be. If they're not working as hard as Justin Fields is, then you're not on the fucking. You got to be off the fucking team. You got to be off the team. The guy is all will, all heart, and he proves it every single week, man. He does. You get some guys to block for him, add some more talent, be better in play calling, in situational play calling, and we'll see what happens. But he's that dude.
Well, in case you don't know my name, my mama named me Rufus. I'm a 3rd-generation player.
Yes, she's a 3rd-generation player. Hopefully we get the 1st generation of you guys this week. Tomorrow night, I'll be Super 16 Pole Show with Christopher Zorich, former Chicago Bear, Notre Dame. We're going to be talking about the Bowls. Tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock East. That's 7 Central. We'll be breaking down all of the bowl games, talking about Heisman winners, matchups, all of it. They're talking football, the transfer portal, Coach Prime. Give me my theme music. Damn. Give me my theme. What is going on? Oh, you lost. Jackson State. You got smashed. But you got beat. You didn't get smashed.
They got beat. It was a miss opportunity in the end zone for a young man that,
Hey. It is what it is.
It's a loss.
NC, baby. But yeah, we'll be talking all about that stuff. And obviously the Chicago Bears tomorrow. Then are you guys Tuesday night keeping it fantasy?
We are Tuesday night on with Keeping It Fantasy. It'll be me
Jackal's
and Jackal.
Gonna be there?
Yeah, it'll be me and Jackal. He shows up to Keeping It Fantasy.
No board meeting.
No board meetings.
No soccer club.
No soccer clubs. Okay. He's not getting inducted into T-Ball Hall of Fame. So he'll be there with me on Tuesday night. So
great. We'll see you all then. Become a patron as we break down. Nobody's going to give you, trust me, better draft and free agency coverage of the Chicago Bears than this channel here. If one thing I could say about Shane is that I think he's batting 920% when it comes to who the Bears are going to sign first out the gate every year, way before anyone, without sources. He just has done it. Check in with us, the tapeneverlies.com. Also, Go over there. We got 20% off swag. That TTNL swag like this. Stats are for losers. Smartest Man, Draft Dr. Phil, Performance Over Politics. Go over to ttnlswag.com. Put in the promo code TTNL20 and you will get 20% off. It's listed right there in the swag department. It'll give you, we put it up on the channel. So I can't thank you guys enough, you fans of this network. TTNLswag.com. There it is right there. The promo code TTNL20 will get you 20% off of your swag. They got hats, all of that stuff. Truly appreciate you guys. It's a great Christmas present. Also send Ivan, Chris Jackal, the T-Bull extraordinaire, Shane, or anybody from TTNL a picture of you wearing the swag, and we're going to do something special for you. Listen, we've said it all. Chicago Bears lose to the Philadelphia Eagles 25-20 in a battle that no one expected. We'll be live this week right here, keeping it 100 with Courtney Cronin from ESPN. She's the ESPN Bears beat analyst, and we'll be there. Ivan, thank you so much for jumping in. And for Shane Marsaw, I'm your guy, Draft Dr. Phil. We'll see you next time on BHL right after Bears. Who do we play next week? On Christmas Eve. It's going to be the shortest BHL
I'm going to be there. I will be at the game. Me and my brother.
Oh, you're going to be there.
We're going to check out the Bills and the Bears. Yes.
Right. Christmas Eve.
I hope it's a game like this one. I mean, I hope the Bears win, but I hope if they do lose, I hope it's somewhere like this where it's back and forth and we're not seeing a Buffalo blowout. So
there you go. Well, we'll have to get you live from the stadium this time. Just even if it's choppy, we'll do it.
Definitely. I got it. Yep.
All right, Ivan. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, guys. Smash that like button. Appreciate you all tuning into the Bears Hour Live, the best Bears post-game show on the planet.
Very good, guys. Have a beautiful day. I know I will.
Thank you for watching Bears Hour Live, the best post-Bears game show on the planet, on the Tape Never Lies Network.